6 signs that you're the toxic one in your relationship. Couples who aren't aware that something is slowly but surely driving them apart might have difficulty keeping their relationship together. Even more upsetting is when the mere act of attempting to improve things worsens them. In a toxic relationship, this is a regular occurrence. As a general rule, this relationship between two individuals may lead to emotionally and mentally distressing effects. Their love is slowly killing them, and neither of them realizes it until it's too late. Everybody knows that we must track down the root cause to address an issue. It's not about what, but rather who when it comes to a relationship between two individuals in love. That brings us to the essential point. How can you know whether you're the one who's wrecking it all? Does your partner show indicators that you're the poisonous one? And what can you do if you discover that you are the chosen one? Fortunately, we have the answers you need, and we hope that it's not already too late. Number 1. You manipulate all the time. You may be in a toxic relationship if you're always attempting to control another person. Although lying to your spouse is terrible for any relationship, gaslighting takes lying to a whole new level of destructiveness. In a toxic relationship, gaslighting occurs when you make your partner believe they're insane or paranoid to protect them from discovering your falsehoods. As a result of withholding or lying about facts, as well as gaslighting your spouse into thinking it's their fault, it's a triple danger, Dr. Tatkin explains. Because of what they're doing, the connection will never be the same again. Be aware of the telltale indications of a codependent relationship so you can avoid being drawn into one. Number 2. You're continually threatening to end the relationship. Even though no one enjoys bickering, you can't always pull the breakup card when things become tense. If this is the case, you're in a toxic romantic relationship. In a toxic relationship, it's not uncommon to hear threats to split up or terminate the relationship. Dr. Tatkin explains that people use threats as a technique to pull their spouse in line. People should only do it when threatening the ties if they mean to leave. To have a meaningful connection, you must mean what you say and act on it. Walk away to calm yourself and collect your thoughts instead of yelling out irrational things that you may come to regret later. Number 3. Everything revolves around your partner. Investing too much time and energy in your spouse may be detrimental to both your relationship and your well-being, not to mention the health of your significant other. A good relationship begins with allowing each other the freedom to be yourself and live your own life. When it comes to their day-to-day concerns, you don't have to keep an eye on them. Number 4. You need constant care and attention. Just as you shouldn't put your significant other at the center of your life, you shouldn't expect them to do the same. Similarly, demanding attention and time from your spouse is a sure way to make them feel overwhelmed and confined. Give them room to think. Love should be a liberator, not a shackle that binds people together. Number 5. You can't solve anything. If you don't deal with issues as soon as they arise, they'll fester and grow in your face, making your spouse resentful. We may harbor resentment because of a cognitive bias known as the negativity bias, which causes us to focus on the negative aspects of events, says Dr. Tatkin. On the other hand, adults are more likely to utilize negative stimuli to learn, establish initial impressions of individuals, and make sense of their experiences than positive information. There is a possibility that this is because the amygdala, your brain's emotional processing area, is more receptive to negative emotions since they tend to be a little more intense. There will be an accumulation of unpleasant memories of unfairness and injustice for your spouse if you never apologize or confess that you're wrong and rectify the situation. As a result, the relationship will be ruined. After a quarrel with your significant other, avoid these blunders. And number 6, you have a short attention span, and your anger is no exception. Having a partner involves sharing your life with someone whose worldview differs from yours. After all, every one of us is a one-of-a-kind individual. It's not uncommon for these discrepancies to irritate us from time to time. You either allow your anger to get the best of you, or you can find the fortitude to be patient in the face of adversity. A lot is revealed about your personality and character in terms of your relationship choice. Relationships need to be healthy for both parties. There's no such thing as a flawless person, which holds for relationships also. There's nothing wrong with being imperfect, but something is wrong with being poisonous. Although imperfections may motivate growth and development, toxic people drain you emotionally and cause you to dwell on the unpleasant aspects of life. However, blaming others is always preferable to self-reflection. In other words, what if you're the bad guy in your own love story? Sometimes we're the poisonous ones, but we refuse to acknowledge that. Accepting that things are the way they are isn't bad, since it's the first step towards making things better. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.